to be combining like terms. Y'all know how to do that. We're combining like terms. Keep in mind that you're focused on variables, letters. If it's x and x squared, it is not a like term. You're going to align or line up like terms for vertical computation. Vertical computation. Some of you may not know what vertical means. That's up and down. Computation means solve a problem. Okay, so we're going to line up like terms for vertical computation. Y'all better have this written down. I only have one whole page of notes, boys and girls. Just one, front and back. Isn't that nice? By the way, if you did not turn in your math from yesterday, you better do so now. Okay, there's two ways of adding and subtracting polynomials. This way right here where I talked about vertical computation, that seems to be the preferred method. Okay? So, I've been teaching this for like 100 years. And over that time, with each generation of children that have come through these doors, they all seem to, the majority of them seem to like the vertical computation. There's two ways. You can do it horizontally, but for some people that's more confusing, and I'm going to show you. So for vertical, which again seems to be the preferred method, you're going to line up like terms, Fran's right, and then you're going to add columns. Add or subtract columns. I'll give you an example in a little bit. So vertical, we're going to line up like terms. Now, what y'all done in this class this year is remember how we circled the like terms, and then we square the like terms, and then we combine them in parentheses. That's your horizontal. That's your horizontal. So I'm going to show you that to refresh your memory if some of you have forgotten. But that, again, is your horizontal. Some of you can look at it, and I know who those people are, can look at the whole polynomial and not have to do any of that and figure it out. And that's fine, okay? Some people like me, even going through all my math classes in college and everything, I still just like lining them up. To me, it's nice and neat. Even when I do horizontal, you'll see me circling, squaring, triangle, little swirlies and stuff like that. I like organization and neatness. Some of you do it all in your head, and if it works for you, more power. The other way is horizontal. And that's kind of like what we've done before. All you're going to do is remove parentheses, and combine like terms. When I do my examples, I got literally 3 examples. I'll do them in both ways, horizontal and vertical, and y'all can choose. But I do want you still to write it all down. If I only have one page of notes, which will probably add to it since I'll do both versions, you can handle it. Okay. Remember, now here's important. Fran's right. When subtracting, that means when there's a negative sign in front of parentheses. When subtracting, meaning you're going to see a negative in front of the parentheses. What do you do when there's a negative in front of the parentheses of a bunch of stuff?
You like place it to everything that's inside of it.
Distributive property, you switch them, do the opposite, you apply it to everything. Exactly. You're going to do opposite. Everything you are saying, distributive property, apply it to everything. You're going to change the sign. Now here's where people make mistakes. For everything in parentheses. Okay, so I still have students that will apply it to the first term in the parentheses and they forget everything else. Okay, so be very careful with that. Ariel, you still writing?
No, I need to erase. I'm rewriting one of the words since I wrote it.
Oh, okay. I can't see because of Morgan's big head. I'm just kidding. All right, so we're going to do examples now. Page 376 to 377. So open up your books to 376 to 377. Once I show you these three examples, and that's all I'm going to show you, you guys will get it. This is the good stuff. I love days like this. Now, neatness is going to count with this stuff. Your handwriting is gonna matter, okay? I'm gonna show you the vertical way of doing this. You may think it's a waste of time and you want to do it in your head, but please make sure your handwriting is nice and neat so you don't make a mistake. All right, number 11. So we're really on 377. Number 11. I'm going to do the big ugly things here because once I do them, you're going to be able to do the easy ones. I think you guys can handle it. So if you look at number 11, it's 3x cubed. You're all writing this down. Ooh, I got so mad at 7th grade. Half of them did not copy the notes and then cried, couldn't get their work done. Y'all know how I feel about that. They end up having lots of homework now. You will too if you don't take your notes. Okay. Yes, that's a negative 5x. See, neatness counts. My handwriting is not real good. So if you're in the back and can't see, move up next to Morgan. Or if you need clarification, that's a 3. 3x cubed minus y 9x squared minus 5x plus 7 blah 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 blah. Does everyone see that? Okay, so the vertical method. Write out your first one. 3x cubed, and I'm going to put space, plus 4x minus y. So I'm writing my first one down. Do you have it written down? Y'all have it down? Now I'm going to the next group and I'm going to put like terms underneath the appropriate spot. For example, is there an x squared anywhere in here? Well, I'm going to put it right here. 9x squared. Here is an x just by itself. So where would it go, Miranda? Bingo. And that negative sign is going to follow it. So that's minus 5x. Where does this plus 7 go, do you think, Sophia? Where did we talk about yesterday? Where do boring little constants go? At the end. So there's no constant here, no regular number. I'm going to put it right here. Y'all see what I'm doing? Any questions so far? No. Any questions? Valeria, where would I put the 2x3? That's right. And is it positive or negative? Positive. Okay, so I don't have to put anything like a negative sign. Look what I'm doing. I'm putting it right underneath it. See on the next line. How about this 3x? Where would this go, Ariel? Very good. And then where would this 8 go, chat? All right, so now we combine like terms. What's 3x cubed plus 2x cubed? Franz?
So we do like 6.
3x, come on, we're combining like terms.
5.
5 what?
X cubed.
Very good. And then can I combine the 9x squared with anything?
No.
Morgan? No, very good. So I'm just writing it here. Keith, what would this all be?
2x.
That's right. Plus 2x. And then the negative y can't combine with anything. And Miranda, what would this be? Can I combine? Now here's another common mistake. Can I combine anything in here, Sophia? No, these are unlike terms. Valeria, y'all see this? You cannot combine these because the x and the cube is not the same with any of this other stuff. So none of this can be combined. This is your answer. Okay, so that's the vertical method. Some of you are probably thinking, why on earth do people prefer this? Well, let me show you the horizontal. This is exactly what y'all have done before. Again, it's your choice. So I'm going to do the same problem. If you have neat handwriting, it really works well doing it this way. So I'm rewriting this, and so are you. Franz, so are you. No. Okay, the horizontal method, kind of like what y'all have done already. Guys, Miranda, let me ask you, can I combine anything in these parentheses? Huh? That's right, you just take it out of parentheses. You just remove the parentheses. That's why I said some of you aren't even going to have to do as much work. Some of you, I like things nice. Oh, that's really barely getting in there. I like things organized and neat. Okay, now, wait for people to catch up. This is the horizontal. Now all we do is combine like terms. So here's 3x cubed. Valeria, what else can I combine that with? That's right. and I'm circling the sign in front. Ariel, I'm going to box this positive 4x. What else can I combine that with?
You can combine it with negative 5x and 3x.
Perfect. I have a 9x squared. Can I combine that with anything else, Franz?
No.
I have a negative y. Can I combine that with anything, Sophia? New. I have, what on earth? Oh, I'll just do it like this. I have a 7. Can I combine that with anything? The 8. Very good. So now, some of you may have to rewrite this, some of you don't. You can just sit there and go through. 3x cubed and 2x cubed. Cross them out. You get 5x cubed. Remember, descending order. What would I write next, Keith?
The X's.
What?
The X's.
Which ones? I have an x, an x squared,
The
And
not squared.
descending order, what?
The one that's not squared.
Why? If I'm putting in descending order, what
Wait,
should come
no.
next?
The non-X squared.
There you go. I knew you could do it, Keith. All right, now what do I do next? Chap?
You do just the x like the regular.
All right, so I have 4x minus 5x, which is what, chap?
Negative 1x,
Plus 3x.
2x.
And then, do I do my y or my numbers next, Ariel?
You do the y.
Yes. Ooh, I gotcha, Valeria. It's because you want your constants to come at the end. And there you go. Any questions about today's math? Isn't this nice? Y'all understand? I'll do one more then instead of 2 more because I think you guys have got it. Okay? All right, so I'm going to do one that has a weird negative. It's weird because it's negative. Let's look at 21. All right, question. Put your heads down on the desk. Do not peek. Put your heads on the put your head down. Do not peek. Okay? Raise your hand if you prefer the vertical method, the up and down method. All right, hands down. Raise your hand if you prefer the horizontal method. All right, hands down. Raise your hand if you don't prefer either method. All right, good. Okay, you get heads up. Okay, so we have people that like both. That's what I was wondering. Okay, so we're going to do both for this one problem, and then I'll set you free. Okay, so 21 is negative x cubed plus x squared y plus xy squared plus y to the 4th, Franz, write down, minus 5x cubed plus 2x squared y minus y cubed plus 3y to the 4th. Little tidbit from my students in the past. Those that really prefer neatness. I do have students that have done their work for this page on paper going sideways. Okay? I don't care. And the reason is trying to write all this stuff down, it like starts, you start running out of space. Okay? So if you prefer, you want to turn it sideways, I'm not going to take points off or anything. You know what I'm saying? If it helps you, I don't care. Okay, so vertical. Vertical is going to be easy because I only have 2 groups here. But guys, notice this negative sign. We got to make sure that we apply it, or do like the distributive property, to each term. Whoops. If this is negative, it's now what? Positive. If this is positive, it's now negative. So instead of rewriting it, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do vertical. I'm going to write my first group here. And I'm going to write it with some space, but in descending order. And this is in descending order. And then underneath it, I'm going to write the next group. So Miranda, 5 negative, because this is negative now, negative 5x cubed, where would I put that?
In between x, y2, and y4. When you do that, it doesn't have a y. Oh wait, no, it's cube. Never mind. It goes there.
Okay, make sure you saw.
Not that one.
That's okay. 5x cubed goes right there. I'm going to cross off, make sure I know what I'm doing. Valeria, where would the 2x squared y go? This one right here. X squared y. Where would it go? Yes, ma'am. Very good. See, depending on which side of your brain, Keith, is the strongest, depends on how difficult it is to decipher all this stuff. Because for some people, this will run together. Some people that even have a hint of dyslexia will really struggle with this. Or if you have something called like Erlen's disease, it has something to do with the eyes and stuff like that, it can really give you headaches trying to decipher. Okay, that's how they knew I had dyslexia a long time ago. So you're looking at the letters and the exponents, and notice this is going to be a negative now because of that negative. So be very careful that you write minus 2x squared y. Okay, now this is a positive. Now where do I put the y cubed, Ariel? Do we have a y cubed up here?
No.
So you can either stick it right here at the end so it doesn't get messed up, or you can squeeze it right here in between, right before that y to the 4th. It's up to you. I'm going to squeeze it in here and it's positive. Yes. You know what? You're right. Thank you. What is my problem? You're correct. I am so sorry. You're right. Descending order. It looks better at the end anyway. Okay. The 3y4. Mrs. Rogers should know where that goes. I'm going to now put it in this mess right here that I made. 3y to the 4th. And then we combine our terms. So, negative x cubed minus 5x cubed is what, Miranda?
Negative 6x cubed.
That's right. I'm so glad y'all know not to mess with the exponents. They stay the same. X squared y minus 2x squared y is what, chap? Yeah. And this doesn't combine with anything, so we're just going to rewrite it. Y to the 4th power plus 3y to the 4th power is what, Keith?
Wait, say it again.
You know what? This is supposed to be negative right here. y to the fourth power minus 3y to the fourth power. Because see, that negative goes to that positive 3y to the fourth. So that's a negative. This is terrible. That's a big old negative. So Keith, what would that be?
Negative 2y to the fourth.
Very good. Negative 2y to the fourth. And then plus y third. Man, that was ugly. Because of me. Are there any questions? If I was a student, I'd have a ton after that mess. Does everyone understand? Okay, real quickly on the horizontal. All you do is remove the parentheses. Make sure you do a better job than I did and apply that negative to everything. And I'm going to rewrite it just to keep it nice and neat. But you remove the parentheses. Okay. Let y'all catch up. Valeria, where are your cupcakes?
Outside.
Please go get them. We have people going down the hall. You got those little kids that are going to stick their fingers in there and everything else. Bring those in here. Keep them safe.
Miss Rogers,
Yes.
it was the same order, but what if, like, the exponent's the same, but one is only x and one is xy? Which one should be first?
Okay, so say that again. So give me the example.
Like, if you have x3 plus xy3, which one should be first?
Okay, we do an alphabetical order. So you would look at your x's first.
Yeah, but if you had x3 plus x3y.
Okay, so this is x, y, 3, correct? Right? This is x cubed. This is x, y cubed, right?
Oh.
Is that what you gave me?
Yeah, but what if the x like have the 3 instead of the y? X cubed y.
Okay, then as far as descending, these can't be combined because they're not like terms because of that y. As far as descending order, I want to say that the x by itself would come before the y, the one with the y. I don't think it really matters though. It's not going to cause any problem. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to circle my like terms. Let's see, I have one here, x squared y. I do not have another one of these. Put a triangle over the, whoops, that's a weird triangle, over the y to the fourth. And then I have this, the y cubed. Okay, so negative x cubed and negative 5x cubed. I'm going to cross out, that is negative 6x cubed. This one, x squared y minus 2x squared y. That's at negative 1x squared y, or just negative x squared y. The next one would be this in order, and it doesn't have anything. And then after that, I have these two that I need to combine, and that's negative 2y to the fourth. And the last thing is this little y cubed. Any questions? All right, good. Let's get started. Page 377. To 379. Numbers 10 through 28 even, plus 52 and 54. Honors. Ten through 28 even. Number 38. And then 52 and 54. You have one extra problem. This is due Wednesday. You have IXL, that's going to be due Monday.
Over this stuff?
And you have a quiz Monday. There you go.